Hi Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Let's have a look at what is going on in your professional life, job, career, business. It is a general reading, may or may not resonate. If it doesn't, check out your other placements. This is for Aquarius. One last shuffle, guys. Alright, let's do this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, what I am getting out here is right off the bat that there is a chapter, a situation in your professional life that's over, like be it like a job, career, business, and it feels like you've been stuck in the past for a while. I feel in the current situation is you are at a point where you are kind of coming up as more hopeful that if you close out a chapter, if you walk away from some situation, it'll be better off for you. Right now, I see a little bit of procrastination. Okay, I see you as like kind of observing, So maybe there are other offers available, maybe there are other opportunities available, Aquarius, which you're kind of looking at. I see you observing. Okay, I see you as like looking at something, like like, okay, yeah, why not? So why not is very different from actually taking action. Okay, so right now I see you at a point where you're like, yeah, why not? Like, yeah, I can. Let's see. Yeah, why not? So a lot of you, I feel right now are at a point where you want to follow your heart. Okay, you want to really kind of, there could be something new that has kind of excited you. Okay, yeah, so I feel that right now is a point where while you're looking at something, you may be like at a point where now you want to kind of not wait any longer. So a lot of you could be reaching out to new people in terms of wanting interviews, in terms of doing your research, in terms of becoming more curious, in terms of there could even be a very small financial opportunity that is presented to you, and a lot of you could be thinking about working on it. Okay, so I get a lot of planning and I get a lot of wanting to kind of lay the foundation. But I feel this is the point where you're wanting to kind of no more cling on to control. It is what it is, and you're ready to break up with your job, your business, your career, or your investment. Okay, something from the past you're ready to break up with. Now, what happened in the past? In the past, we have the 8 of Swords. So yeah, this is what you're getting over. Could be a situation where you're like, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do that. Oh, there are so many issues I have on my mind. If I leave this job, what about that? If I leave this, what about my loan? If I leave this, what about my rent? If I leave this, what about my family? So too many things happening in your head. Okay. Yeah. Even though you had some kind of truth, some kind of clarity, you were still unfortunately coming off as more emotional about it. Yeah, see, so there was a lot of crying over spilled milk in the past. There was a lot of disappointment. I think that you even tried your best to rework it. Sometimes we have disappointments in life and some people choose not to work on it. You, I feel, gave something a fair chance to try and revive it. It's like if the job wasn't working out or if the business wasn't working out, you gave something a fair chance to work out. It's like, no, I know it's going to work out. I know it's going to work out. Okay, let me put a little more effort. So I feel there was this sense of willpower which kept you in a situation. Unfortunately, I feel that you've given it your all, Aquarius, and now you've reached a point where, all right, that's it, I'm done. Okay, you've reached a point where like you're done. I feel if there is any new opportunity, okay, that you are thinking about, if there is any new offer that you're thinking about, this is going to be very, very stable. Whatever you're thinking about could be starting from scratch, could be starting from zero. It's going to start where you're going to have to relearn. Okay, or I mean, like I said, this could just be a new way of making money. Okay, or a new venture, whatever it is, right? It looks very, very promising, and I do feel that you're finally following your heart. You're done with the procrastination. Sometimes it feels like the past was kind of giving you a kick. Okay, whatever situation you were too involved in, right? I think you were involved because it gave you a kick. It kind of kept you in that situation, but you stayed in that situation very delusional. You were looking at a situation in the past with rose-tinted glasses. It'll work out, it'll work out, it'll work out. Looks like now you're coming off as more realistic about your expectations, and right now is the time where you're going with the flow. Now, what's on your mind? We have the world on your mind, which is telling me that you do accept the fact that something's coming out to an end, something's closing out in your life, okay? And it's time for you to level up, Aquarius. You realize that it's time for you to level up. Yeah. I think what you're doing is that a lot of you are choosing to move towards a job or a business or whatever, where there is more team support. I think you're leaving a job or a business or leaving a partnership or leaving a situation which lacked team support. You constantly felt isolated. You constantly felt lonely. You constantly felt like there is no support out here. Okay, I'm getting arguments. I'm getting conflicts. I'm getting egos. I'm getting people trying to hurt each other. Or like just no one understood you. Okay, that's what you felt, and you're letting that go. You're leaving something like that behind. Yeah, I think you're dropping something. I feel that all this while you were in two minds about whether you should drop it or not. You've reached a point where you were in two minds all this while. Should I not? Should I not? Now that you've weighed out the pros and cons in your mind, it looks like you're absolutely ready to drop one situation and stop overcommitting and overextending yourself to something. It can also mean sometimes that you're still in the same situation, but you're not giving it as much of a priority as you used to. You used to like kill yourself. You used to like literally be so worried about the potential of the situation or the outcome of the situation. Now, no more. Now it feels like there's a very healthy detachment, and now you're not killing yourself for a job or a business. Now you're trying to focus on other priorities of your life. Okay. Now, in your heart space, subconsciously, we have the star out here, which is telling me that now that you are accepting that a situation is over in your professional life, there is some kind of clarity. Subconsciously, you have clarity about a situation through communication, through email, through phone call, or overall, just the universe has given you some kind of clarity. And that clarity is making you more hopeful that you have to now focus and now move forward towards situations that you really, really care for. Your dedication, your commitment, your sense of reliability, your sense of seriousness, your the kind of a hard worker that you are, right? Yes, all these qualities you have to put in, but you have to put into the right direction. So now, no more wanting to stay in situations or no more staying in situations where there is no passion, where it's so monotonous, where there is no growth potential. All that hard work, literally, I'm telling you, your um, your job or your business is literally losing someone with great potential. Let me tell you that. Yeah, and now you're putting all of that into something new. I'm telling you, there is some kind of new, serious, stable offer that you're looking for, or there could be some kind of offer that you have already had in your mind space, okay? But you're looking out for something for sure, okay? By the end of the week, we have the 10 of Wands, which again, like I told you, it means that you're still in a situation, say you still haven't quit your job, you're still kind of holding on to burdens that are not yours to carry. You're still kind of, it's like this, the mind and the heart are like, yeah, you know what, I'm done. But when it actually comes to taking action, you're like, no, you know what, maybe I just need to finish this last month. Maybe I just need to work out till March, okay? That's what I'm getting. Yeah, see, you are planning. So I feel that you are in this process where you're done with something, but you haven't quit yet. And you want to only quit when you get something substantial, or when you get something worthwhile. Okay. So you don't want to be at a point where you don't even have a job, and now you're looking for a job and you don't get anything good. So you want to just kind of keep the entire, you're actively working on searching for a new job or a new business offer or something, but behind the scenes you already know that the current situation is done with you. Yeah, see, so much of suffering in silence. I think the biggest problem out here, Aquarius, is that you are so scared, you're so worried, there's so much of anxiety around you, okay? Because you don't know what the unknown has to offer you. You don't know what the new job or the new investment or the new career has to offer you. You don't know what the new business has to offer you, right? So you still stay where you are, holding on to that heaviness, holding on to that load and still not feeling safe to be vulnerable, and still not feeling that you're ready to release the burden, ready to release the job, ready to release that business. Okay, so yeah, looks like you're quite convinced overall, but not like the best week for you to take action yet. You're not taking action yet.